Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice.
It's showtime.
What's up, Exeters? We're standing here in the town of East Corinth, Vermont. Why? Well, because this is a most awesome special location. This is the location that they filmed none other than Tim Burton's Beetlejuice, one of our all-time favorites. So we're here, we're gonna show you where the house was located, the Maitland house. I'm gonna show you the covered bridge that they crashed on. I'm gonna show you the Maitland hardware store and the girls' school that Lydia went to, right? Yeah, that was like the major locations. You got anything? No, all right. Well, Renee has nothing, so join us on this most excellent adventure. All right, guys, so we are currently walking up this nice big hill to where the house in Beetlejuice, the Maitland house, was located. I don't know if she'll ever see this video, but special thanks to the lady that lives in the house back here behind the barns and stuff for letting us come out here, because this is her property. So she was kind enough to let us walk up this big thick grass hill to show you where the house used to be. Now the house is no longer located here. It was torn down. And she said that her sons were the ones that tore it down after, I guess after filming was done. You as tired as I am? We're not in the best shape. We admit it. We know that. All right, we're almost to the top. It is a little cold today. Rained all day yesterday. Now the wind's blowing, and I think it's like 45 out here right now. With the wind blowing, it makes it colder, so somebody's been driving up here, look. So the house would have been right here, right in this area. All right. So right here, right where Renee's standing, from there out to about right here, this edge of the hill would have been where Ortho had that extension done, where he built that little patio thing with the weird wall. It would have been right here at the edge. The bridge itself also has been torn down. It was actually cut in half.
Not the bridge, the covered part.
Yeah, the covered part, not the bridge. Well, the bridge itself that you drive over is actually new, but they took the covered part off and it's been cut in half. So it's in two different pieces at two different spots. We'll show you that too, but it's nice. I mean, even though it is a bit chilly today, it's pretty cool getting to be where the Maitland house or the Beetlejuice house from the movie was sitting. It's really cool. It's one of our favorite movies. So, you know, we had to come out here and got our Beetlejuice stuff on.
Never trust the living.
Renee has, well, hers is covered up, but she has her Beetlejuice on. It says strange and unusual.
5 people ignore the strange and unusual. I myself am strange and unusual.
I wish they hadn't have torn the house down and left it. I mean, if I lived on this property and wasn't using this, I would have made me a little road coming up there, because you know they drive up here, and then, you know, anybody that wanted to see it, maybe not go in it, because that would cause you to have to fully keep it up, but at least come and take pictures of the outside.
Is that
And you could charge
white
them
through them leaves right there?
Yeah, you can. So we'll spin this around. If you look right through the thick of these trees, you can barely see it in the camera, but right there, see that white spot? That's the church, the top roof and steeple of the church right there. So that's in just over the top. And then, yep, right where we were standing earlier, where you see us kind of dip down, that would have been where the bulk of the house sat. So cool. Very beautiful up here. I mean, you guys can see the trees all change. No, it was a burp.
That sounded like a burp.
The leaves has already started changing. Got some nice oranges and yellows and reds. I mean, if you built the house right here, like, you would have like a real beautiful setting. All right, so our next location is the covered bridge, and here it is. Well, half of it at least. Because remember we told you it was taken down when they repaired the bridge, made a new one, and it was cut in half. So here is half of it. You can tell here's the bridge. See how tall the opening is. Like I said, only half, so literally we'll stop right here. But there it is. Old red bridge that they crashed through. Maitland's met their demise inside this bridge. Well, outside the bridge after they crashed through it, but you get the idea. Awesome. Alright guys, so this is just a picture on the post across the street, kind of give you an idea, just to refresh your memory of what the Maitland hardware store looked like. There's their car sitting in front of it. Here's the barber shop. The old guy sitting there. Hardware store. So, right across from us, we're going to slide out. There it is. Let me zoom in a little. So there is the Maitland hardware store. It's torn down now, but right here to the left would have been the barber shop, and right there where my finger's at is the steps where the guy at the barber shop would have been sitting in his chair, right there.
Need a haircut for your vacation?
Oh, thanks, Bill.
We're gonna walk across the road, get a better shot, but just wanted to give you a cross the street angle. Maitland hardware store has seen better days. All right, let's walk over there. And here is the church also that you can see in the background behind the house when that shot and it shoots over the top of the house and you can see the top of the church. There's the steeple and everything. Walking up here to the Maitland hardware store. Would have said Maitland right there. This is where he goes in, gets the supplies he needs for the model. And then right here on the side, the part that's been torn down, right here, would have been the barber shop. You can see the steps are still here that would have went into the barber shop, with the guy sitting right here talking to him, having a full-blown conversation.
Gosman built that foundation in 1835.
The whole time he's in the hardware store and still talking as he's leaving.
I took a scissors with him.
See you later,
so
Bill.
fast.
Kind of sucks that it's been torn down, but I mean, was decades ago, so there it is, Maitland hardware store. Awesome. Even though it's run down, it's still awesome to see that most of it's still standing and getting to come by and witness it, so pretty sweet. All right, so since we are close to the Maitland hardware store, just down from this is where the covered bridge was at. Now, we showed you the top of the covered bridge because the bridge has been redone. They took the cover off of it, cut it in half, and that was half of it. But we're gonna walk down, since we're right here at where the covered bridge was at, and show you that location where the Maitlands met their demise. I mean, they might would have lived a little bit longer had the dog not got off of the board that caused the car to flip on over. Or, you know, if the dog wouldn't have just been walking across in the first place, I blame the dog, because if he hadn't been walking across the road, they wouldn't have swerved to try to keep the little sucker alive. Therefore, they wouldn't have died. I'm going to line up the shot where you would have seen them coming across the covered bridge, turn, and go to the hardware store before they died. So, cross the bridge, right here, pull out onto the road. My finger's the car. How you guys like that? Drove right on by. Pulled up, and then it goes to the next shot of him getting out of the car.
How you doing, Ernie? Hi.
Pretty cool. All right, so the covered bridge is down there. Let's just walk on down there. All right, we're walking down, and another picture for you guys to give you. There it is. Covered bridge, Maitland's crashing through. So according to this shot, and that's the covered bridge, let's just kind of give you guys a reference. As you can see, they would have cut it in half when they took it off. All right, so since we got our reference points, let's walk on down here. I understand it's old, they took it down, but you know, it would have been kind of cool if they would have left, because look, would have left it up, but the bridge was old, so but it looks like they actually did completely redo this bridge, because it's a lot of nice new metal and cement. But all right, we're coming up on it. All right, so we're driving. The Maitlands are now crossing the bridge. They see the dog. They swerve. And boom, right out the side.
Hey, look out for that!
And if you notice, it would have probably been about right here, because when the car flips over, it actually lands in this deeper part. It doesn't land over here on the rocks. It actually lands on this deeper spot right here. As you can see, it's new. They definitely redid it, but at least they did keep, you know, the covered bridge and just put it in a new location. But all right, so we're leaving the bridge. We've shown you where the Maitland's house was, the Beetlejuice house. I call it the Beetlejuice house. I know they lived there when they were alive, but once they died, let's face it, it became Beetlejuice's house, okay?
I don't think we survived the crash.
Shown you the covered bridge, where it's located now. Shown you the Maitland's hardware store and barbershop. Can't forget the barbershop. shown you the bridge they came across and died, thanks to the little dog. We've lined up some shots for you guys. So now, let's see about going to the all-girls school that Lydia goes to in the end of the movie. Maybe I won't get hit crossing the road. Not really a lot of traffic here. I mean, this is a really small town. I can see why they picked it for the movie, because it's got that nice, homey feel where you would have left the bustle of the big city, all the chaos and the stress, and come here to just relax, get away from it all. So it was a good location choice. Whoever picked it out, good job. All right, guys, so we're here at our last location, the all-girls school that Lydia is in, or comes out of at the end of the movie. See this guy backing all the way up. Nice of him to back up in our shot, don't you think? I don't know why he had to back up all the way this way, just get down the driveway, but it is what it is. He lives over there. All right, so like I said, we're here at the all-girls school. As you can see behind me, there's the front door. There it is. Lydia would have came out this door, down these steps, went over, grabbed her bike, and then cruised right on down this driveway going home. Now, one thing I find cool here, because, I mean, we know this is from the movie. Obviously, all the locals do, because they're nice enough to put the movie picture poster right outside. And Lydia's bike. That's freaking awesome, man. I'm so glad we got to come here. Like, I love this freaking movie. And getting to see the filming locations, even though, you know, there's not a lot of them, because most of the stuff takes place at or in the house for the most part. But just getting to come and see it, and it sucks that the house is no longer with us, because, I mean, there it is in the picture. That's what it would have looked like. It would have been cool if they would have left it up. I wish the guys wouldn't have torn it down. Because the lady that owns the property said her sons were the ones that actually tore it down. And there's a little picture up here where it says, "Here lies Beetlejuice." I wonder, that's pretty cool. Let me put it back down in there. Stick it in there good so nothing blows it off. So you don't really get to see it too much, but here is his side angle. You would have gotten to see some of this angle as Lydia was leaving. And there it is. So freaking awesome. It's so cool to get. Like, I would have never in a million years thought that we'd get to come up here and see where they filmed Beetlejuice. Like, this right here, being in this town and getting to see this, is the equivalent to getting to see the locations of Ghostbusters, because that's also one of our other favorite movies. Like,
But the thing I like about this one is, well, one thing I wish they would have kept the buildings up more, which I know the movie came out, what, 1988?
yeah, it's been decades ago.
But I like this because it's kind of like off the beaten path, and you're
Yeah.
not like fighting a bunch of like people like all with the same idea that you have and wanting to experience and get the shots and all that. Like, we are literally out here by ourselves
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
with just like a few cars cruising by that are probably locals wondering what the crap we're doing. I mean, they probably know, but they're probably like, look at those Beetlejuice weirdos.
Yeah. And I like the fact that they did keep at least half of the bridge, the covered part of it. And put it right there at the driveway that would have went up to the Maitland's house, or as I call it, the Beetlejuice house. Because let's face it, once they died, it became Beetlejuice's house. It might have been Lydia the Dietz's.
But what was it? We've read that, like, actually Michael Keaton was only in, like, a total of, like, 17 minutes of that whole movie?
Yeah, like 17, 18. But yet it's considered his movie. Because even with the little amount of time that Beetlejuice was actually in the movie, it was such a powerful performance by Michael Keaton that it turned it into his movie. Well, that does it for this exit here in East Corinth, Vermont.
Yeah, because, you know, I won't do 2 shows a night, babe. I'm sorry, I just won't do it.
Working with a professional here!
Good line tag there.
Now what do you think? You think I'm qualified?
Well, we hope you guys have enjoyed this video, getting to see the locations. We had so much fun filming this. I mean, getting to see it, getting to see everything. A little tongue-tied, you know. I'm a little emotional right now, getting to stand in these places. So, you know. But yeah, like, subscribe, ring that notification bell. That way, when we put out videos like this, you don't miss out on it. You don't have to guess when something's coming out, because it's going to let you know. It's going to send you a notification that Exit to Adventure has put out another awesome video like this in an awesome location. Okay. Any last words? No. All right. Well,
Pretty much said all the words.
I did. I've said it all. So, all right. We'll catch you guys down the road then at the next exit.
Keep it spooky.
Oh boy, you guys are really a couple of spooksters, aren't you?
Always. Later. All right, guys. So here is the other half of the covered bridge. We found it. It is actually here located at a ski slope just down the road